Hey, everybody. Welcome to another little sneak peek of the Web Agency Summit coming up next week. We are getting super excited for it. I'm Stephanie Hudson. I am one of your co hosts with the most host. I don't even know. It doesn't even rhyme because the boys mess it up. If I was just a hostess, I could have the mostest, but it doesn't work with the boys because Vito Peleg, the mastermind behind this whole summit, he's here. And Andrew Palmer will be there as well. He's not around today. He's probably taking a nap if we know him, right, Vito? He's got
Right.
to have
So
his old man nap. It's that time of day, right? Yeah.
that's true because it's on his schedule, but he's not here, so he's probably taking a nap.
Right.
That's the
Exactly.
only
Exactly.
other explanation.
So Vito and I are just hanging out backstage here at the summit, and everybody's doing their dress rehearsals, because the big show next week.
Yes.
And I thought maybe we've seen so many cool people walking around the hallways here. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, big names, you guys. And so I thought maybe we just sort of see if we. Oh my gosh, Vito, do you see who that is? Let's. Oh, is it? Like, let's see. Hey, Devinder, come on in. Come in and say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Devinder of the WP Weekly, and the one that's given the most awards away in the WordPress space. Everybody
Made
wanted
a lot
one
of
of
people
those.
happy about their products.
It did make a lot of people happy. It made us all feel good. Bring in just some positivity, some winning. Devinder, you're going to be on a panel with some real fun people. Yours truly included. Tell everybody what we're going to be talking about on our panel.
Well, the panel discussion is about from
Why
connections
are you
to
laughing?
clients.
This isn't even my joke material, Vito. This is just serious.
The sound cracked me up.
Oh. Sorry, Devinder.
This is great.
Vito
Well,
is
the
hitting
panel
like the
discussion.
level of stress where he's just laughing at nothing.
Beyond, I'm beyond it. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so the panel discussion, it's about from connections to clients, building communities for web design agency growth. So basically how we should focus on building connections and that results in everything good. But in the beginning, we really don't really care about connections. We only care about clients, tasks, and get done with it and then go in our burrow and then again emerge just to find more clients, which is a wrong thing. But guess what? I've done that wrong thing. In fact, majority of us have done that wrong thing. But if someone who is new to the business should learn that don't do mistakes that Davinder has done it, or maybe Steph has also done it. Vito doesn't do any
Mhm.
mistakes. So
I made plenty.
We're good.
Just
It's like
okay.
WWDD. What would Devinder do? And then don't do that. No, just kidding. Devinder knows what's up about. He knows a little something about building community. I mean, really, with your newsletter, and then with the that awards. What was the awards called?
the WP Awards, just keep it simple.
Yeah, it was simple. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it wrong just in case. It's the WP Awards that happened this past year, and it was such a big deal. It really united people. So, I think that's going to be. Wait a second.
I can hear it. Can you hear it?
Yeah, is it? It's Michelle. It is Michelle. Hey, Michelle, come on in. What's up? I can't believe you just happen to be walking by right now. That's perfect timing. Yeah, how you doing? And Devin is here too. Oh my gosh, you guys were hanging out. Oh,
I mean, we do work together,
you guys.
So.
When is your Tell us about what you're going to be doing on the summit. I know you're here for your dress rehearsal today.
Go ahead, Devin.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the easy way out. I'm going to be on a panel. So Devinder, enjoy the slides that you're putting together, but I'm going to show up and I'm just going to spit knowledge from this head here. Hopefully it makes sense. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely going to be prepared. Lots of great people on that panel. I noticed Corey Miller's going to be on it, and it's going to be a great perspective to have because if you don't know, I'm GM of the brand that he founded now. So it's gone full circle from him being acquired by Liquid Web, one of the first acquisitions back in, I don't even know, what was that, 2018, 2017, something like, I think it was 2018. I know that turned a lot of heads. And now come full circle, 5 years later, GiveWP has since been acquired. I've moved into a different position and now running iThemes, and we're rebranding it to Solid WP. It's just great perspective to have on that.
I think that this is what really appealed me in setting up that panel in that way, because both you and Corey got into a place where you're looking at that acquisition and investment side of things from a different angle. And even from you, Devin. So for those that don't know, Devin is a co-founder of GiveWP, that, as you mentioned, was sold to Stellar, which is one of the companies. It is a company by Liquid Web that now buys, or over the past few years, has been buying up a bunch of different products in our space.
You basically need a flow chart for that
Right,
whole
yeah.
scenario.
Like, the whole
can I get a
thing going on.
diagram, please?
But the interesting thing is that now, from being a founder that was acquired, you are now on the acquirer side. And on the investor side, as I don't know if a lot of folks know, but
You're preaching to the acquirer right now.
yeah,
Does that work?
Exactly.
No, that joke doesn't work.
Yeah, so that kind of there's a few angles just from your side, as well as from Corey, being a founder, sold his company, bought another company, right? He bought Post Status, and then now is tracking all of these acquisitions and investments in the space. So it really kind of maybe it's because there's only like 5 people in our community, so we all have to put many different hats, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's a small
Vito,
group. Small group.
is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is? Is it? It is. It's Jessica Frick. What's up?
I
Hey,
think you
Jessica.
remember anybody in here.
I'm so. We just saw you passing by. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome. I was actually watching, and I love Devinder and Devin and Michelle and both of you. So thanks for letting me
It's
swing
a
by.
party.
Yeah,
I know.
party.
I know. I can't wait
This is
for
gonna
the
be super
event
fun.
next week.
And I don't know if you know, but we're broadcasting this to 30 plus different places at the same time. So we're kind of taking over Facebook right now in all different groups. Hello, everyone. So this feed that we are on is then chained into another broadcasting software that is chained to another one, because there aren't enough slots in the top plans of any of them to accommodate what we're trying to do here.
So what I'm
We
hearing
incepted
is you're
Facebook just now.
you're breaking the internet. Is that
Yes, we're trying.
Pretty much.
We're trying.
It's like internet
Now,
inception.
Yeah, somebody's knocking on the door right now. Ben Gabler needs a little tech support, I hear. He's having a
Right.
No,
he's having a little trouble.
I'm actually preparing for my talk. So.
Oh,
I
all
got
right.
my
Ben, did
notes
you try
right
turning
here.
it
It's a
on and
blank
off again?
page.
It's a blank
That one is
page. Yeah.
Fully blank page.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
gonna be-
right. We'll see what
It's
happens.
gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, Ben Gabler, CEO of Rocket.net. He's a hosting guy, pretty techie, pretty geeky. Was struggling with the
Long
StreamYard
time.
link today, y'all. Yeah, couldn't get the
Yeah,
StreamYard.
that's right.
We're like,
Can't
and then Vito and Devinder and I are like, immediately we're like, did he try using another browser? How about incognito? What about Fire? No.
Tell him to clear the
Try it
cache.
all.
He comes in,
And-
guess what he did, y'all? He turned it off and
the
back
best
on
part
again.
is it's a Mac, so I can't even blame the OS, right? I can't be like,
Oh,
oh, Windows, how to do it,
man.
right? So, I guess just every
Definitely
once in a
user
while,
error.
Macs have to reboot too. Yeah, definitely, 100%, 100%.
We're super excited. Thanks, guys, for popping in here. This was kind of just a last minute silly thing we were doing just to like get your faces out there, get everybody excited about what's to come. And we want to hear a little bit about some of what you're, Jessica, what is your talk going to be about?
Well, I'm actually hanging out with Ben, and we're going to talk about choosing the right host.
Nice.
That's right. Yeah.
Would
hopefully
anybody out there, anybody in WordPress land interested in which is the best host to use? Like, have you guys ever
I'll be
been in a
honest
Facebook
with
group?
you,
Oh,
like-
that's like
talking
the
about
question that
hosting,
everybody
That's the main
asks.
question. Yeah, that's the main question that comes in. It's like the one that pinned to the top. This and which page builder
Mhm.
are you using?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's definitely been fun to watch over the last 20 years. That's for sure. That's for sure.
So are you
So what
guys
is-
like? Are you guys like
We're in the
frenemies?
corner.
Can we get the dirt?
No.
Are you guys like?
Yeah, no.
No, I think Ben's awesome.
Likewise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one of my
Jessica, you
favorite
can
things.
tell me the real. You can tell me the dirt later.
Oh, actually, I'll prove it. There's actually another company here today that's not on the GridPane.
Great
Right?
pain.
So GridPane's a great company, and there's the Rocket.net There's the grid
Oh,
pane,
that's
right?
cool.
So yeah,
Oh my
no,
goodness.
it's
Wow.
true. Competitors.
We were
get
getting
along.
Patrick. We had to keep it a PG rating.
Yeah.
And
Keep
Grid
it
Pane
family
was
friendly.
invested by Automatic, who owns Pressable.
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 That's right.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
5 people in the
Ugh.
space. I'm telling you guys. This is-
It's true.
Right
It's
before
true.
you
We're all
guys joined us, we were talking about the Stellar WP Liquid Web. Give it all of that. So
Yeah, I actually
Oh, man.
toured the Liquid Web data centers in 2010 when I was at HostGator. So that's when I first met the original founder, rest in peace, Matt Hill
Yeah.
of Liquid Web. So
oh,
very familiar with the Liquid Web business, and it's been interesting to watch the brand and all the acquisitions for sure.
for
Yeah.
sure. And of course, I work there, so
Yeah,
it's once again there's like 5 companies total. That's it.
yeah.
no way around it. There's no way around
I
it.
got to bounce out, folks, but I'm looking forward to the summit. And thanks for having me on, Vito.
Of course, good to see
I'll
you,
shut
Devin.
the door.
see you,
the hallway on
Devin.
my way
Yeah,
out.
shut the door on your way out, pal.
Bye, Devin.
Bye.
So many
If you see
different
anyone else in the
walls
hallway,
in this hallway.
Send them our way. I mean, can you believe all the cool people wandering around backstage here today, you guys?
Yeah,
It's nuts,
It's
right?
insane. It's
It's been
insane.
interesting.
Okay,
I
so
think
when are your sessions?
so. I'm
'Cause we
trying to
want to make
remember
sure.
when the solo session is. I think it's the first. I think it's Tuesday. I got to double check. I haven't clarified the time, but I think we did decide on a title for the talk today, and it's WordPress Education, and it's about
Ooh.
scaling and securing your content globally.
Nice.
So kind of, it was funny,
Never
like
had
Vito and
those.
I had a conversation about a week ago, and I was like, hey, like I really want to talk about the edge. He's like, well, you mean Cloudflare? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, exactly. And he's like, cool, let's do it. So, I'm hoping to really just kind of dive into the edge of the network and the CDN and what it actually is and what it actually does and the value that it can provide for agencies, because it's most certainly not just Cloudflare Enterprise. So I'm
Right.
super excited for that. I think it's Tuesday. I have to double check. I want to say Tuesday
It is
afternoon.
2 p.m.
Okay.
on day 1, which is Tuesday. Caroline is in the chat. She's helping us out. She's on deck
Lovely.
with the
Perfect.
scheduling. Yeah, I cannot keep the schedule straight.
Yeah,
just gonna have to
there's so
see.
much, so many things happening at the same time, and this is the cool thing about the event. And I think that one of the coolest thing, and this is why I'm really happy that you're here with us, Michelle, today, is because you helped us put together the lounge.
Yes, we are going to
So-
have some amazing lounge time. So
What's
one of
gonna
the
happen
exciting
there?
things.
What's that?
Yeah, so I've got several different, more than 5 actually, Vito. More than 5 people are coming to help host the lounge, and working right now to get those people scheduled and get some more of their bio and things like that. But the different hours of the lounge will be staffed by different people from different companies who will kind of welcome you in and just kind of help keep the conversation rolling. Some of them will have topics, and that will be made available on the website as well. And then others will just kind of, have general conversation and things like that. But I'm super excited about some of the different people that have decided to be part of that lounge experience and having that opportunity to interface and network with other people. It'll be great.
Yes. So
Vito's showing a little demo of it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of taking you to the lounge. This is gonna be Michelle Land.
I got my post status hat on.
Yes, that's perfect.
Nice.
And I can already see that Dave here, our designer, is hard at work as we, in real time. Like, hey, Dave, how are you?
Oh.
I jumped out. I think he jumped out, or is just here in the background.
He's,
But
he's
that's
shy.
he's shy, yes, but
Yeah.
he'll join as well, I'm sure, to some of the conversations. And Dave is the one in charge of all of this awesome word stock type of branding that we,
Yeah.
that we kind of brought in this year.
Word
So
stock.
he's here, and he's like, that's how he looks most of the time. This is really
Just the letter D.
good representation. Yeah, just a big D
Just the
letter.
big letter D. I'm also giving a talk next week on podcasting, which I think everybody in here has been on a podcast or had a podcast at some point or another. But anybody that's thinking about podcasting, I have a little bit of experience. I would never consider myself an expert in anything because it's always opportunities to grow and learn. But I'll be doing a talk next Thursday. I think it's at 3 p.m. Eastern, called So You Want to Launch a Podcast. So we'll be talking a little bit about it's going to be very much a do as I say, not as I did, because I learned everything the hard way. So my goal is to make it easy for everybody else and not make the mistakes that I did. And no, I'm not, Todd. You just hear my voice a lot. That's all there is to it.
You guys,
But,
can
I had
Todd
a lot
just
of fun.
show up to all of the events though? Because is Todd not the best hype
I
man?
know. He really is.
Yep.
He's pretty
He
good.
is.
Right at the top.
He's like everybody's number one fan, and I'm here for it.
Everyone loves Todd.
Yes. So well, I'm excited about this talk as well because podcasting has been something that I've been mostly or almost always on the on the guest side of things for it. But I'm really interested in learning if this is something that is still valid to set up nowadays. If it's I think there was even an article that I don't remember if you were the one behind it, Michelle. Are there too many podcasts? In the
I
WordPress
wrote that
community?
recently. Yes.
It sounds like a
Michelle.
Michelle title. Yeah.
The answer
It
was
does.
no, because not everybody likes. I could say the same thing that Devinder can, but not everybody wants to hear my voice. Not everybody wants to hear my opinion, right? So the idea behind podcasting is there's plenty of space to go around and plenty of audience to go around because people will gravitate towards things that they relate to better. And so I think that if you have an opinion, you have a voice. Why not give it a try? The thing about podcasting is, as we all know, you really have to be committed and stick to it because it's very easy to say, well, I got 3 episodes out. I don't know what to do next. But if you can continue to move forward, then you're in really good shape.
Yeah, you know what? Launching a podcast is very easy. Like I stuck with my podcast for 70 episodes for 2 years and I loved it. Made a lot of connections, learned a lot of things because again, you invite an expert. It's just like a personal talk and that goes. But again, with me, I don't bring in the politics and all that things fluff around. I just stick with the topic because that's how I am. But again, just like you said, there's lack of podcasts in the ecosystem. I saw one tweet, I don't know who posted it, and it was saying that these are the list of podcasts that were there, but they are not active now. And that list had like a lot of popular podcasts like Matt Report, which is one of my favorite podcasts because that was the first podcast I was invited as a guest. And you don't forget the first things, right? So yeah, launching is easy, but it's just like sticking with it because again, in the end, monetizing a podcast is very difficult if you are just monetizing the podcast and not, spreading your other services via that podcast.
Exactly.
I'm on a little podcast called Divi Chat, which I don't know if any of you guys have ever checked it out. It is
Yeah, you
leaned a
won the
long
award
way.
and you won the
It's
award
leaned-
also.
What's that?
You won the award also for the best podcast, remember?
It's been going. I wasn't on the original panel, but this podcast has been going for 7 years. We're coming up on like in a couple months. It'll be 7 years. That's like 92 in people years. Podcast years is like that's a long show. Yeah, kill
I was a
it.
guest.
Jessica is
I
ready.
was a guest with you once there.
I know, and I was on yours. I was
Yeah,
on Coffee
exactly.
Talk with you.
Yeah.
Dang, there's 5
That's
people. There's no way around it.
It's just us. This is it. If only
If one of us is the same person, we'll need to figure it out.
Okay, so what's the talk and topic that any of you guys maybe you don't even know what's coming up? What I want to hear what anybody's excited to hear though. I'll tell you what I am stoked for is the AI panel.
Right.
Have you guys seen or no? Vito, drop a couple names right now because we don't have Andrew. Andrew is our resident name dropper typically, but he's not here right now. So if you could do it. for him?
So on the AI side, which is really exciting to have someone from that world that is a bit of outside to ours. We have the guy from Microsoft that was in charge of implementing AI into Bing. And he's coming in to tell us a little bit about why AI is, or how is that going to affect search over the next couple of years? And what does that mean for SEO agencies, but also what does that mean for any website that we're building in terms of the content that is included on the website, and how is that going to work with search engines? And so this is really exciting on that front. And that's from the AI side. We
Just
also have
to just reiterate that this is the guy that integrated AI into Bing, which is the scenario that literally has Google shaking in its boots. And this is the guy we got coming on the summit to talk about this stuff. So,
and we have the guy from Google that is in charge of collaborating with WordPress to make sure that Google is essentially is their relationship, but also works on that integration that makes sure that WordPress and Google communicate with each other. And that is important because one is half the internet, and the other one is powering probably most of the searches on the internet, and so
90%,
even more than that. So it's important that they at least understand each other's values and goals and vision, so that they can realign or align on those different concepts. So we'll hear from him. What does WordPress mean to Google, which is really exciting. And then we also have folks from WebPros, who are, so we're talking about externally, like search engines and freaking Microsoft, but then on the infrastructure of the internet sits cPanel. And I don't know, probably you guys from the hosting world, you guys know better. How impactful is cPanel in our space or on the web?
Yeah, so I've known the WebPros cPanel team for, I don't know, probably back to 2003, back in the really early days of cPanel. So it's definitely played a very important role even in WordPress without even a WordPress focus. You go back 10 years now, and you look at WordPress and how it was starting to really grow. cPanel through various auto installers and just being cPanel made it very possible. Like I remember at GoDaddy, when we were getting ready to launch cPanel hosting, the argument about NFS storage versus attached storage was, okay, unzip WordPress on your computer and upload it over FTP, and then tell me that experience, right? Yeah. So it was still back in the day.
Go into PHP My Admin and change the
exactly. But
the famous 5-minute install.
Exactly, yeah, and cPanel has played such a huge role, as has Plesk, which is now WebPros, in creating that growth that WordPress saw. Because as much as we're a managed hosting provider, press, as much as we all love our managed services, really, if it wasn't for cPanel and Plesk, you could argue where would WordPress be today? I don't know.
Right.
Agree 100%. They've come a long way with their toolkit too. I'm not gonna lie, it's hot. Like you can do some really cool stuff with it.
Yep,
it's
definitely.
Lit. Could you please get a flag that says that's lit?
I do need more flags. It's true.
So
I kind of want some.
Folks from WebPros that are going to come in and talk a little bit about exactly those kind of things. How do they view web agencies from their side? How can they support web agencies being the infrastructure of most of the internet, as well as how do they see the connection between the infrastructure level and WordPress as the software that powers the websites that most of us are building. And then also on that, so Steph, dropping more names. I have a few more.
We do. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see she's out there. Hold on a second.
Hello from London. Good morning. Good
Hi.
afternoon. Globe. Hello, Stephanie. Hi, Vito.
It's
Hi,
the
everyone.
wunderbar Nicole.
Hello. Just
oh no,
good time.
Vito. We're gonna have to kick. This room's getting crowded. I can't even.
There it is.
There you are.
Hi, welcome. Now, Nicole here is a morning person, and it is in the evening. Yeah. So I know it's about time for her to head home. She's backstage working hard, but it's time to get home and end her day. So we're glad you were able to pop in for a minute. Now, Nicole, tell the peeps, we were just dropping some names. We were just dropping some hot names about the people that are coming, but tell us a little bit about what you're going to be talking about. in your
Stephanie,
presentation.
Thank you so much. Do you know, it's actually really what I love about the Atom community. We are so spread across the globe, right? And I know when we do our sessions with communities, it's just going to be so vibrant and we're going to get comments from absolutely everywhere. So I am so privileged to be able to join for my talk on Friday. Of course, I'm going to be there the days beforehand as well. And I'm actually going to advise digital agencies how they can continue thrive in the age of AI competitions. Because frankly, you know, there's so much amazing content out there, or perhaps not so amazing, that it's so important nowadays to really, really stand out and to get in front of your best clients. So I'm super excited about that because, you know, agencies always do such an amazing job for doing all the marketing for their clients, right? And I see this all the time. But I sometimes wish there would just be more confidence to really show personality. So I'm really excited to share all of my top tips for that. So that's what I will be doing on day 4 on Friday, 4 p.m. UK time. Please work that out what that is across the globe. I think it's something in the morning.
11 a.m. That'll be 11 a.m. East Coast time.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. So I can't wait.
That's going to be so fun. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Vito fixed the layout. Thank you.
Yes, that's it.
Or did you kick somebody out? We were going to have to kick somebody out. It's too. We're over fire code in this room right now. It's getting,
It is getting a little hot in here.
it is can you have one of those signs too, Jessica?
I should.
It's getting
I
hot in
should.
here. you don't know what you've unlocked in my brain with that one flag. Give it up.
I'm telling you, props galore.
Oh,
you know, though, I'm
man.
I was
listening
gonna
to you
go
talk
with-
about all these sessions, and I totally understand why it costs thousands of dollars to attend.
Right. Except yes, it should
twist.
actually. Maybe
It-
next
it
year we'll
doesn't?
bump the price. We'll bump the
Does it?
price from 0 to thousands of dollars, but you still have a chance to come in for completely for free because just hand it over to me for a swing here, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Unreal. All of this for free.
What? But wait, there's more. So, guys, this, as with previous years, the sessions are all broken down into 4 different tracks, basically. So, wherever you are in your business, your web agency, or even if you're a freelancer, whatever, there's gonna be content for you. So, whether you are building your business and want to talk about the actual building of the websites, that one's a little ambiguous. There's like multiple reasons of the more definitions of build. Then if you're ready to, if you got that locked down, you're ready to expand, you want to scale, or your business is at the size you want and you just want to thrive. So those are our 4 tracks. They're crisscrossed and scattered around, so you don't have to just show up and sit and listen to all of one in a row. It's a little bit like if you were at a real life conference and you'd look at the schedule and you'd pop in here and pop in over there. So there is definitely something for everybody. The one thing we haven't mentioned yet is, well, we've hinted at all these acquisitions and stuff that have been happening when we talk about the spider web that is all of those companies that these people are a part of. I'm not, but anyway, we also have a whole panel on acquisitions.
yes.
Vito, drop a couple names about who's going to be on that one, because that's another Rockstar panel happening too.
Right. So on the acquisition side, first of all, we have Michelle here from Stellar. Stellar has been on the acquisition trail for a couple of years now. I think he even made one recently, right? There was one just recent, or it's been a bit.
Yeah,
Yes.
they acquired really good plugins for Learn Dash add-ons.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yes. So it's still happening. So we have Devin from Stellar, who's the GM at Stellar, coming to talk a little bit on that front. And we have Corey Miller, who is also working with Michelle. Because I'm telling you, there's only 5 people. That's it. So there's Corey is working with Michelle on Post Status, but he actually sold his company to Stellar to buy Post Status, and now he runs that. And so he's going to come in from the angle of the founder and so on, as well as the person that is now tracking acquisitions and investments in our space through Post Status. And we have Marike, who was Marike and Yoast, who were the founders of Yoast. And they're going to come in to talk about their exit. And they sold to a hosting company, to Newfold, which is like Bluehost and hosting and HostGator, and then they became investors themselves.
Yep, they got
Now-
both sides of the of the
Yes.
game there.
So now their main focus is investing into companies in the space. They also invested into Adarim, and we're really happy to have them as investors. And we'll hear from them a little bit. And I think there's a few other folks. Oh yes, there's Saad, and Saad is a really interesting story from WP Experts. He is a WordPress VIP partner, so he actually runs an agency. And his agency is super successful. And so he's using a lot of the growth and the revenue from the agency to acquire products in the space. And this is a really interesting model to scale further because he has the team. They're still building websites, but then they have that product branch as well that he's bringing more and more companies under his wing over there. So that's really cool as well. I think there's I probably missed a couple, but that's the gist.
Listen, we gotta keep something back.
Yes.
They gotta show up to get all the goods, right?
Sure.
So what else do we have coming up? There's also page builders. We have a whole thing. We've got all the big shots. We got somebody from Divi, somebody from Elementor.
Yeah.
Who
Beaver
are all the
Builder.
other Beaver?
So it's a panel that has all of them in one place, and that
is it a Royal Rumble?
We've got security beefed up. We really have extra security for that one. Yeah, for sure. Big time.
So there's the product manager from Elemental and the co-founder of Beaver Builder and the product manager of Visual Composer, the co-founder of Stackable. We have one of the leaders on the Gutenberg project, as well as what else? Product manager for Divi. And one of the co-founders of Breezy. So really,
and Bixkit, and then Duda, which isn't even WordPress.
Question number one: whose builder is the best?
Right,
Beaver Builder.
We're gonna lock down which hosting is the best.
Everyone is gonna answer it differently, and all serious people stick with their answers for at least 3-4 years.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't think actually that those folks. I don't think we have to worry about them fighting. What I think is we need to worry about the chat during this.
Yeah.
that's where things get a little hot. So
hope you have some good moderators.
That's the mosh pit, right? Like,
because there would be questions like why there's no one from Bricks Builder, why there's no one from Oxygen. Come on, those are the hot new things.
Where's your cadence person?
You're right.
Yeah.
But we love the chat, really, right? I remember last time I talked, I was absolutely blown away by the chat because for us as speakers, it makes it so much more fun to have that true interaction and supportive questions. I loved it. I remember I came out and I had someone from South Africa, someone from America. It's so buzzing. So please, guys, come to the chats as well.
Yes. And this is one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we insisted on creating this event. Everything is 100% live. And so when you're asking a question, this is literally going to be brought to one of the speakers in real time by the hosts that are in that room, that are monitoring the chat and bringing those questions directly to where they should be. Going to be broadcast on the screen and all those kind of cool stuff. So come in and interact and ask questions and learn from these people, because every one of them can teach us a whole bunch. And one of the other things, so we're talking about all these big names, which is awesome. But one of the things that I'm even more excited about is the fact that we have a bunch of agency owners that are literally in the trenches and are taking some time from their day to come and share knowledge with the community and basically share lessons that they have learned just recently. So this is really cool because we had, because we're doing this now for the 4th year in a row, we now have speakers that came in as attendees and started their agency 4 years ago and asked questions and learned a whole bunch of stuff. And now they're speaking and sharing information themselves with the next generation of agency owners that are going to be on that chat, which are going to come in and in 4 years, and we'll realize that it's all the same 5 people.
Yep.
You know?
Got to bring it up again, though.
Yes. Yeah. So this is very cool on that front also.
All right, guys. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by. I know you're busy polishing up those PowerPoints. And you
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff to do. So we appreciate you taking a little time. I know that's really coming along, Ben. I like what
It'll
you've
stay,
done there.
it'll stay that way too.
Proud of
If
you.
you were at- if you were at
For some reason, I
Cloudfest-
don't doubt that. Yeah.
If you were at
Good job.
Cloudfest and
I like
saw
that you're-
talk,
I feel like we should have like your voice muffled as well. You look like you're on an
Like a-
expose show, like 60 Minutes expose that you have to blur your appearance. Yeah.
Witness protection program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's,
yeah.
he's in the WordPress protection
He's-
program.
I was gonna say,
All right, you guys, if you are out there listening, come join the summit. It's free. Vito, hit that, put that link
Yes,
up if you would.
back up.
Adarim.io/summit. Ticks are free, and then you can, of course, get the backstage pass if you want to have access to all of the talks, recordings, and all of that after the initial 24 hours.
Yes, 7.6 thousand people have already joined, and we're hitting
Woo!
for 10,000, and we still have a few more days. So let's make it happen. All of us together. Share this with the community. Share this with the folks that are this can help. There's no reason why a platform that powers half of the fucking internet, I can say,
Language.
great, can't bring 10,000 people to a single event. This is one of the goals that we're trying. One of those glass ceilings that we're trying to break with this event. Hopefully, this will inspire other events in our space to get to those benchmarks as well. So, but we can't do it without you all sharing and bringing your folks, bringing your friends, and making sure that we hit that benchmark. So.
Much like in a live conference too, if you have a buddy, invite a friend, have somebody that's attending some of the sessions with you, because to be able to, I mean, obviously Vito wants to get some more tickets out there. He's got some numbers that he's trying to hit. But seriously, if you've attended a conference, you know how like you can be just flooded with so much cool information that if you have a buddy or an accountability partner kind of a thing where you can go and talk about these things and say, like, what are we going to implement into our businesses now? What are we really going to take away and take action on? That will help you to really maximize the benefits.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Patrick as my +1, so we'll be good.
Excellent.
I just want to point out that 7.6 thousand and 10,000 is more than 5, Vito. So your math is a little wonky.
They all work for the same five companies. Yeah.
All duplicates.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for coming.
Yep.
We'll see you next week for sure.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.